When you're an option, not a priority, aka what makes him realize he needs you. In this video, I am going to tell you exactly what makes you a man's priority and not just an option. And please keep watching until the end because I am going to reveal my personal magic secret combination strategy to put you in the top 1% of women. Yes, I'm serious, the top 1%. I actually put a number on it, who know how to stand out in a guy's mind and be seen as that unique, rare breed of woman that he cannot help but treat as a priority in his life. So, when you are not a priority in his life, it can feel horrible and it can be an extremely difficult experience to go through. That's why you're gonna love what I am going to share with you, because most women actually do the opposite of what I'm gonna reveal. But before we get to all that stuff, let's discuss the concept of being a priority, because you need to understand where you're getting things wrong and why it's not your fault at all that you think this way. So please pay attention to this because so many women, so many people get this wrong. What's a priority? First of all, is it him putting you first, abandoning his life, hobbies, job, everything he cares about to bow down to you, to make you his entire life? I mean, is that what you want? Do you actually want this in a man, in a husband? Just think about that for a second. But that's what's supposed to happen though, right? I mean, according to Hollywood, according to movies, the guy is supposed to abandon everything he cares about and recklessly fall into this hopeless romantic affair of bliss, right? Forever? Well, no, not necessarily. Not at all. You might say to yourself, my boyfriend doesn't make me a priority. I don't feel like a priority in my relationship. He doesn't make me a priority. He's supposed to throw his life away and not care about anything or do anything he enjoys because I'm his entire world. Is that what you want? Is that what you want to be? His soul, his life, his purpose, his everything, his essence, everything he is? No, of course not. You wouldn't be attracted to him. You wouldn't like him. You wouldn't want to date him if you really think about it. I know that the idea is great, but Hollywood and society has lied, unfortunately. So you've been fed this idea insidiously, secretly. It's been an idea that has been implanted in our popular culture that love is this idealized thing where a man will drop everything and just make you the number one priority that is above everything else. Suddenly, nothing else matters. The real world does not exist. Now, I know that it's a nice fairy tale, and trust me, I'm as hopelessly romantic as the next person. But the truth is that this is ruining your idea of what love is and ruining your chance to be a man's priority, because it's a lie that is actually killing your chance at being that woman in his life. In fact, the things that you believe about being a man's priority actually make you his last priority, and even worse, eventually not a priority at all in his life. So how has Hollywood lied to you and steered you wrong? Exactly. And please understand that I am explaining this not to bore you, but because it's essential in understanding where you've been going wrong for your entire life and why you feel the way you feel right now. So once you know this, you'll be able to use what I give you at the end, which is going to blow your mind. It'll work so well in making you a priority. Trust me on this one. So how has Hollywood lied? By creating a delusional archetype of how men are supposed to act in a relationship where they drop their life and make a woman their priority, and that makes women act completely nuts when the guy does not live up to their standard. It's a standard that no man is going to live up to, though. Men are often expected to walk this very narrow tightrope that kind of makes, a woman the center of his universe without crossing the line into being too needy. But it's just not possible to stay balanced on that rope all the time. It's exhausting and inevitably leads to dissatisfaction, arguments, and eventually a breakup. So next time you say to yourself, I am not a priority to my boyfriend, ask yourself, is it according to Hollywood's idealized standards? And if so, scratch that line of thought because it does not serve you. Okay, so what makes you become a priority? Not the priority, but a priority. Notice the difference here. Respect and love make a man make you a priority, not demanding you become a priority. So how do you make him treat you like a priority? You won't have to make him treat you like a priority after I tell you what to do. So you will have this at the end, do not worry. But first I have to explain a few key understandings, since thanks to Hollywood and society's delusional portrayal of the concept of being a man's priority, you essentially eventually need to reprogram your thoughts ASAP. So women who have the most long-lasting, happy, and loving connections know the key isn't to be a man's #1 priority all the time. These women know that they are an additional priority in his life. They're not replacing or taking the lead over his other priorities. So when a man is at work, his #1 priority is going to be what? His job. And you want that. His work is a vital part of his life. All of his other priorities are also vital parts of his life, even the ones you consider to be silly. In fact, my dear, these are actually not even remotely as insignificant as you might think. They are as, if not more important than his serious priorities. Okay, so now we're getting to the good stuff. So pay very, very close attention here, okay? Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. So, what is the best way to become a man's priority? Put quite simply, encourage both his serious and silly priorities. Okay, I will explain. The super tip that you have to really implement is encourage his silly priorities and serious priorities, and you will become the priority. You will literally be the glue that helps hold his life together better than he could alone. Ever wonder how to get him to spend more time with you, how to make him appreciate you more? Well, the more you respect and support those other parts of his life, the more satisfaction he gets from them, and the more free he is to give you undivided attention when his focus is on you. The moral of the story is encourage him to be a winner in his life, and no matter his path and career, support it. Be on his team. This will be your golden ticket to be the girl who stands out in his mind. Trust me on this one. But also, never forget to encourage his playful and silly side. This is the part that so many women miss. It's the part of ourselves that we often let die inside as we get older, grow up, and take on adult responsibilities. You might be sitting there shaking your head saying, excuse me, no, I'm too old for this. I'm way too serious for this. I am not silly. My life is about being productive and successful and being mature, which are all great things. I know that is amazing and it's good. But when you laugh and you free yourself of the constraints society has placed on you and unleash your inner silly self, you actually lead by example and bring out his silly self who has fun. Bring out the child in him and be able to have fun and interact in a way that he has not been able to interact in probably a long time. Trust me on this one. You will literally see a different man in front of you when you do this. If you combine this, the silliness, with his serious side, and you see his winning path in life, whatever it is, whatever path it is that he chooses, whether it's a heart surgeon or a construction worker, just be supportive, but also encourage the wacky silliness, because then you're gonna really become both. You're gonna be both sides, and that gives you the glue energy where you're what keeps him feeling sane. I don't mean this in the literal sense because, he's not gonna literally need you to feel sane. That would be kind of a troubling situation. I mean that in that's what, a man feels when he says, that's the girl I wanna marry. That's my partner. This girl, she makes life make sense. And it wouldn't be the same without her, because you're gonna be this force of completeness for him that will make him really, genuinely, truly want you in his life. You will be a priority because you are something in his life that adds tremendous value. You make him feel a sense of relief and fun and inspiration that no other girl does. So I really hope that you try this out and let me know how it works. And be sure to comment and tell me how it goes, because I want to make sure that you are really getting the benefit of this, because it's extremely powerful when you do this. Trust me. And if you are unsure about anything that I've explained, please ask me in the comments and I will answer in detail, because I love this stuff and I am excited to see how you do, because you're gonna really be blown away when you see how powerful it is when you bring out his silly side and encourage his serious side. Also want to hear from you if you have any tips on what works when a man is not putting you as a priority in his life. If you have any questions at all or any opinions, please leave a comment. I love hearing your feedback, and ask in the comments and I will do my best to answer you right away as soon as possible. Also, if you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out, and subscribe for more videos like this. The full article on how to become a man's priority is also in the description, so do check that out, and check out VixenDaily.com for more love advice so you never have to be confused by men again. Okay, bye.